Alright, let's take a look at this deck. Pretty standard layout. You got 16 energies, you have 18 Pokemon, and 26 trainers. Because Pokemon is more about the trainers than it is the Pokemon, apparently. So let's see what all comes inside. So of course we have our paper play mat. Kind of postery on that side, then mat. Then we have an advertisement on why you should buy the better Koraidon EX deck instead, and then why this deck isn't as good. With that said, I should probably note, I'm not a professional player, I barely play at all. Aside from now with Pokemon TCG Pocket, I'm playing that a lot. So a lot of my knowledge, honestly, lately has been coming from that. Of course, we have our deck box here with our dragon type there on the center. Okay, so the info I gave at the beginning of what cards are in here is wrong. I was looking at the wrong thing online. So we're just not going to figure it out as we go. We have the Koraidon EX right here. 230 health, 2 attack for its first damage. Its attack does 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Okay, so the more it's hurt, but, I mean, honestly, you're probably not going to use that aside from when you don't have 3 energy yet. Because you can use, what is that, Kaiser Tackle? I don't know how to say that. For 280 damage. Yeah, you do 60 to yourself, so there better be some good healing things in here. We got 2 Koraidons and a Sandy Shocks EX, Magnetic Absorption. Once during your turn, if your opponent has 4 or fewer prize cards remaining, you may attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So energy cycling, but only for this guy, which he kind of needs for 3. At the same time, 200 damage, and he can't attack again the next turn. And good card. So definitely interesting. I've never been a big fan of you can't attack the next turn. I'm a bigger fan of what Koraidon does by being able to hurt himself, because I'd rather hurt myself and, you know, knock out an extra prize card than just have to sit there next turn. There's also a coin. Now, it might shock you to know, but there's a lot of energies in here. And we have the Sandy Shocks, Magnetic Burst, 20 plus damage. If you have 3 or more energy in play, this attack does 70 more damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness. So, that's pretty wild. So for only 1 energy cost, you can do 90 damage. So long as you've been stacking energies on your bench. That's pretty good. And if for some reason you get the 2 energies on him, you can use Power Gem to do 60. First, I saw those Vitality. Flip 2 ancient Pokemon and attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to each of them. If you attach the energy in this way, draw 3 cards. So honestly, really not that bad. You get to draw 3 cards, like, by itself is already useful. But then you get to put up to 2 more energies on the field, which for this guy, I mean, that gets you 1 away. You draw an energy that turn, play that energy, then you could already do 90 damage, literally, on turn 1. That's pretty good. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. The ancient Pokemon this card attached to gets plus 60 HP. Okay, so that actually works really well with our Koraidon here. Because, you know, as long as this is attached, he does 60 to himself, but he already had a plus 60, so it gives him 1 extra swing for 280. Energy, Great Tusk, 30 damage. Then if your bench Pokemon has any damage counters on them, this attack does 80 more damage. Yeah, we're definitely going to see some switches in here. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Nest Ball to look for a basic Pokemon, which immediately gets into the bench. Energy, we have Youngster. Again, shuffle your hand, but draw 5. Regular Koraidon. Primordial Beatdown. This attack does 30 damage for each of your ancient Pokemon in play. Seeing as this deck is like all ancients, really useful. Then Shred. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Then we have the Earthen Vessel. So we have more energy cycling here with the Earthen Vessel. You have to discard 1 card, but then you can draw 2 from your deck, although you are revealing them to your opponent. Not that that really affects anything, it's a weird requirement. And then Switch, obviously. You're gonna probably need that in a handful of times. Explorer's Guidance. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck and put 2 of them into your hand. Okay, that's also not bad, especially if you are still having energy issues somehow. But even then, just to try and get your evolutions going. You have the Nest Ball, again, the Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards from your hand, and then you can look for any Pokemon, so you can get your Koraidon EX. Rhyme, draw 3 cards, switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Another Sandy Shocks, a Switch, Energy, Super Odd, shuffle up to 3 cards in any combination. Well, shuffle up to 3 in any combination Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile to your deck. Not bad, just get a retrieve from your discard pile. Cook, heal 70 damage from your active Pokemon. Again, very useful for the fact that Koraidon is constantly hurting himself. That's why it feels weird that this is what it's paired up with, right? 200 damage, 3 energy. 280, 3 energy. This you can recover from. Like, you have the You have the booster that you can attach to give him an extra 60 health. Then you have the cook, which can give him an extra 70, again recovering actually 10 over what he would be doing to himself. Like, obviously this is the star card here. This just feels like it's there in case you don't end up pulling Koraidon. Which, I mean, it tends to be what alternative EXs are for, but it doesn't seem to match that well. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards. Professor's Research, Stadia again, Energy, Capsule, Koraidon, Nest Ball, Great Tusk, Explorer's Guide, okay, we already saw that, Rhyme, Ultra Ball, so I think we're, oh, there's Boss's Orders, there we go. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. Makes it easier to swing at them with that 280 damage if they have something they're trying to build up on the bench. But yeah, it does seem like, I saw those fire energies at the beginning, and I was wondering why there's fire in here, but I didn't realize that Koraidon requires 1 fire and then 2 fighting for his tackle there. And I don't think any other card in here requires fire. So, I mean, you have, let's split the energies apart. So you have 8 fighting energies, then you have 6 fire energies. If this attack required you to discard energy, then that would suck. I feel like 6 is a lot. I would probably go with like 3 or 4, and then just get something else. You have so many things in this deck already that let you, deck cycle, like you do with every deck. And then a little bit of energy cycling in there. You only need the 1 fire energy. You just need to draw that 1, and I understand you want to have increased odds of drawing it because it is the main reason for this guy's existence. I mean, yeah, I guess you too, if you have your other Koraidon on the bench, but I feel like 6 is a bit much with how much you're going to be needing the fighting energies, because he also requires 2 fighting energy for that. I can imagine getting upset because in my hand, I'm staring at 2 fire energies and then the rest of my hand, and it's like, I don't have any fighting. Like, I would want more fighting in here. Because you need at least 1 on this guy. You need at least 1 on that. Of course, for the regular Koraidon, you need at least 1. Let me see. Yeah, at least 1. I guess it isn't that bad, because you just need 1. For every card in here, you only need 1 fighting, aside from Koraidon, in which case you need 2. I don't know. I think it might make sense, but again, I'm not like an expert player. Literally at all. You guys are just listening to an idiot for some reason. So all in all, not a bad deck, but I mean, it's no Koraidon. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you probably know that I went back to doing about 1 video a week, but I'm going to start doing these deck ones once in a while, and they're just a little bonus video. It's not going to take away from the regular content. So if you're interested in looking at some of these pre-constructed decks, I'll be doing them occasionally. And the plan is to do the Koraidon next. But now it is time for bonus card of the day. So once again, we are pulling from the back, and little scuff mark there, is that? Yeah, oh, no, yep, that came off. Yeah, card's a little beat, not much. You got a little bit of whitening. And playing Guess the Year. Also, there's like a kind of bend up here. Man, it has to be a bit older to have that kind of wear on it. But I can't be that old. I'm gonna go like 2022. And, oh, 2023, I'm 1 year off. We have the Scarlet and Violet stamped Hawlucha card. As you may or may not know, I collect these stamped boys. And I didn't have this Hawlucha, so I'm very happy to add him, even if he's a little beat. Like, you can see the wrinkle up there. And then he has, right there, like, around, like, his beak, where it has been scratched, and there's some reflection shining through the upper layer of the card there. But it's still one I didn't have. So if you guys enjoyed this video, click that button down below. I don't think I've done a deck review in a while, but if you're interested, whatever my last one was is going to be going up here. And on the other side, I'm going to have a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos if you feel like binging. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. Goodbye for now.